Hi, hey, everybody. It is Nurse Tanya. Wow, my glasses are dirty. Oh my goodness, I can't even hardly see out of them. I should have checked that out before I pressed the button. I'm just going to take a minute to share this. Okay, all right, I'm back. And I really wish I had an extra set of hands. I don't have anything to hold that phone up. Maybe this will work. Kind of. While I try to wash my glasses off. So it is Nurse Tanya here at Awaken Wellness. Open office hours. So I generally do this over on Facebook, but I'm in Facebook jail. So we'll see if anybody finds me on Instagram. I am not recording it through StreamYard. I just honestly was not that organized today. It is a full moon tonight at Awaken Wellness. If you're here in person, we are going to do our community meeting. Let's see, how's that going to be? We're going to have our community meeting here at 6:30. I am going to do that Zoom as well. So if you're on my email list, you can get that information, that Zoom link. If you are not on my email list, you'd like the Zoom link, just direct message me here and I can certainly do that for you. So let's see if we've got some action here. What I generally do every Wednesday is open office hours. It gives people a chance to get some targeted spot on coaching from me, as well as just overall get questions answered. It is a way for me to reach out to extend my audience as well as serve the people who are already in my network. So what is new and upcoming at Awaken Wellness? There's so many things that I'm working on. I feel like I'm chasing my tail. So number one, I'm going to be rolling out a really high level group coaching program. I'm just in the midst of getting some of those videos recorded and things scheduled out. It's going to be a really neat setup where you can do the first introductory 30 days, see how it goes, see if it's a good fit for you, and then decide next what level you want to continue in. So that is exciting. Be looking at my social media, be looking at your email. Again, if you're on my email list for those exciting things. It's going to be hybrid. So you'll have the college level online learning modules where we'll go over product-based product knowledge. If you're not a product, or science geek, you can skip a lot of that. And then we'll have the lifestyle enhancement modules that you're going to do self-paced, kind of on your own time. And then we're going to have group Zooms. So that's where the magic happens. When you heal in a community, the statistics, gosh, I'd have to go back and find my notes, but the statistics, people heal just better, they heal faster, and they stay. Like if you're on a weight loss journey, you when you do it in a community, you are accountable kind of to that community, and you tend to get better results, and you tend to not gain weight back when you stay connected to that community. Now, my platform is absolutely holistic. We address the whole person. I've got a little help with my bioenergetic work for emotions, which I super appreciate that. We all need some emotional support. We do nutrition and meal planning. We do lifestyle, nervous system regulation, all of those things. Now, you're going to be seeing me post a lot in the near future about peptides, right? So I am going all in on this peptides. My community was asking for them, was asking for access. So I had partnered with a company called Make Wellness, who has got natural plant-based peptides. That has been really successful. People are enjoying them. People are getting results. I've got Designs for Health has got a few different peptides, mostly in their athletic or their muscle building type line. So we have some peptides there. Now, myself, I as an RN am totally integrative. Like, there's a time and a place where we reach out to prescriptions, to fill in the blank, to get the job done. Like, we really have to be wise enough to marry both things to serve a purpose for each and every situation, right? So, especially if you've got an emergency, you go to the emergency room. I am more like a carpenter who helps you build, who helps you put the pieces together. So, all of that to say, in the past, I've been skeptical, of the GLP-1s. Like a lot of you hear the good, you hear the bad. Some of the people who I consider mentors, who I follow, they were kind of giving us more of the bad. I lately have really changed my tune about the GLP-1. In a sense, it's a place of humility, having to admit, that I'm changing my mind. And I'm not, it's never that I was against it. I just personally was never going to walk into a doctor's office and get it. And then personally as well, this is all just going to be my personal reason that I'm sharing with how I've come to this place and changed my thinking. So one, like I myself, my A1C is generally, in the lower 5s, sometimes even lower, sometimes at 8.9, 8.8, or not, like 4.8. So, that's not a type 2 diabetic type of place. And then my insulin numbers actually tend to run low. Sometimes I've tested and they're under 3, which is super low. And then other times they're just kind of around 5 or 8. So I do test. I know what my insulin number is, which I really recommend for all of my clients, that we know what these numbers are. So per se, I don't have health insurance. I don't believe in health insurance. So one, that budget, whatever it would be that my husband and I would be paying for health insurance, like as a couple, it'd probably be $800 to $1,200 a month for decent insurance. So I consider that like our wellness budget, right? So $800 to $1,200 a month. We don't pay an insurance company. We do wellness. We try to eat better. We use good medical grade supplements and things like that to enhance our health. So hopefully we don't get chronic illness, right? So we're insuring ourselves. So one, I will say that. So now back to the GLP. I know, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, trying to connect the dots with how I feel on this subject. So it's personal. This is all about me. Now, again, if I had insurance, which I don't, if I went in and did blood work, I would not qualify for a GLP-1. Maybe I would because of my BMI, if we're just looking at a weight loss perspective. But that is usually where an insurance company won't pay, and a person gets a really fat bill at the pharmacy when they go to pick up their medication, right? And insurance companies, they play that game where maybe your doctor would take the extra time to go to bat for you and, and say, well, XYZ, they have high cholesterol, they have a family history, blah, blah, blah. We don't care if they're not type 2 diabetic yet. We just need this for weight loss. Maybe you find a doctor that go to bat for you. And maybe after fighting for 6 months, maybe you would get the insurance to pay for your GLP-1. Maybe. So anyway, all of this kind of was in the back of my mind, right? And then from a medical standpoint, I've never thought that probably the peptide was the problem. I think the dosing is probably the problem. And where people run into things like frozen stomach or really constipation or muscle wasting and things like that, right? So there again, we can't blame that on the peptide. That is on the dosing. So now lately here, just lately, for me, it's all about access. And I would never, like I say, I would never go to the normal doctor for one, and then I wouldn't have qualified. So it's just been this week that this fell in my lap. Like, I can't believe that either one, I hadn't heard about it before, or two, I hadn't thought about it. So I've fallen recently on the ears of some podcasts with some functional holistic practitioners like naturopaths who are telling me about the benefits of microdosing GLP-1 medications and compounding GLP-1 medications. So specifically like adding your B12 to the GLP-1 for a little different formula, a little different benefit. And then instead of putting it in those clicky vials that a person just injects, and you're like for weight loss, for just metabolic instability, when you're on that line, when you're like, for me, all of my numbers might be low. My insulin might be low. My glucose always looks fine. My A1C looks fine. But I know that I store glucose in my muscles. And like, I'm one of those people, I've been on this journey for, almost 6 years. I really have cleaned up my lifestyle, and exercise is hard for me, but just lately I've been really good for me about exercising. So I'm that person who exercise, add some weights for the last 2 months, have been really doing well. I feel well, but my weight is up. Like right now, you don't see it in my face. It's mostly in my chest and maybe in my gut. My thighs seem like they want to gain. And so I'm doing all this. I can fast. I can water fast for 4 days. And like, I have the metabolic flexibility to fast. Like, do you love that? I do really good on 1 meal a day. So like, I've got that metabolic flexibility, but something isn't giving. I always have said a healthy body finds a healthy weight. If your body won't give up fat, it's because your liver and you're too toxic. Well, I've done the liver work. I detox. I live a detox lifestyle. I'm not giving that up ever. I'm never going back to being that toxic. So for myself, I'm ready to admit I need some help. I'm ready to try these GLP-1 activators on my terms, right? So I came across a group of doctors who does telehealth, and one, I'm just going to pay cash for it, right? So the price is less when you don't have that whole coding and billing and who pays for what and who pays what back and how much are they going to pay and this and that and the other thing. I know when I just use a cash system that the prices go down exponentially, just in clerical fees for whoever is running their business, not to have to do all that stupid billing, right? This company can take HSA cards, which I don't do that either, but they can. And a lot of people find that beneficial. So the company that I'm using, I'm just because of policies on social media, I'm not going to give the company's name, but you are welcome to direct message me. You can go to my website, awakenwellnessllc.com. You can get a hold of me there. You can direct message me on social media. I probably will be posting a lot and giving my name, giving their name, the doctor company name, giving my link. I just haven't read all the policies. Like, I just made this decision 2 days ago. And so I haven't been through all the training. I haven't read all the policies. I don't know where they're at on social media posting. We know that this isn't a big secret, but we also don't want our pages taken down. Social media doesn't like it when you post about weight loss stuff or this topic. So I'm just not willing. I'm already in Facebook jail, so I don't want to get in more trouble. I just need you to DM me if you're interested. Now, I've taken off. I've already, we do some lives. I've already got to be featured on there. We'll try to do that every week. So there's going to be an opportunity for you to hear the details. When I get my shit together and get a little bit more organized, I'll do my own Zooms, telling you guys more specifics. But right here, like I say, I can't afford to get shut down any further than what I already am. So I just don't dare give a whole lot of specifics. I will have some blog posts coming out where I'm gonna kind of let my audience know my stand on this, like why I've really changed, and doing my own research. And I just think I was really being bullheaded, and more not against the medication, just against the system. So I guess that's why I love this company too, that I partnered with for the medication, so I can easily get it in my clients' hands. I can earn a commission for the referrals, and like, it's just a no-brainer. Like, and I think in a sense, the way they're doing it is a little rebellious too, especially when we're saying, we just don't care about your insurance card. We're not dealing with it. So I like that too. I like what I see going on here, right? It's, and the functional doctors who are teaching this stuff, they are amazing. They've been using it for a long time. They've been doing their own in-clinic case studies, and they know that it works. So I haven't got mine yet. It'll probably be here next week. So you'll see a lot of me posting my story, because it's a good story. My whole healing journey is an awesome story. I went from being on the brink of needing back surgery, full of fibromyalgia, raging Hashimoto's, and as a nurse even, too stubborn. I just didn't want medications. So, I started researching. I started using high power PEMF. I started getting myself educated, which led to me becoming a functional health practitioner. It's most of us in this place got here because of our own journey. Like, for me, my own stubbornness, like, got me here. I had to, my big awakening was, and that's why my business is called Awakened Wellness. My big awakening was when I realized that my chronic pain, my autoimmune disease, my gut dysfunction, the root cause, like, we always want root causes, is it candida? Is it dysbiosis? Is it Epstein-Barr virus? Well, the real root cause, even deeper than all those things, was me. I was the root cause. I decided to fully take responsibility for my health, to start treating my body like a science project, to back off the processed foods. Now, I still eat some potato chips or every now and then, but they're organic, they're fried in avocado oil. I still eat a tortilla chip, but it's grain-free, it's corn-free, and it's fermented salsa. So like we just have to do layer by layer, like a big jawbreaker, layer by layer, one layer better. Now, when we bring in these GLP-1s, we're going to support each other, right? So now I've got so much more work to do, because for my clients, I need to build education model and I need to build support. The other thing that you hear people saying that they don't like about the GLP-1s is that the gain back, right? When people go off, there's such a gain back. Well, there too, in the medical community, they don't know how to support you. They don't know how to support that. One, here, with the way we're going to do it, we're microdosing to start with. We're going to do things probably at a slower rate than that medical doctor who's just going to slam it, right? And you're going to drop way too much weight, way too fast. That is not the best plan for the body, right? So when we microdose, we're going to take this at a sustainable rate. And then when a person gets to their goal and they're starting to want to go off, then we microdose even lower, even slower. Now, there shouldn't really be a reason that a person loses good muscle, right? I know I'm going to lose some muscle because that's where all my glucose is. So I'm not truly losing muscle. I'm going to lose that yuck that is stored in my muscle. Like my body, I'm only 5'2", but I'm like a brick. Like I've always been full of tension and my muscles are just rock hard. I don't work out and my muscles are hard. That's not good, right? As I'm learning, I think that's the yucky stored glucose in my muscles. So I expect my body to soften. I know my inflammation is just going to come down. Again, when I take a CRP, my blood inflammation marker, it's not terrible. It's definitely not 3. It's always maybe 1, but not. It's not that bad, but my body says otherwise. My body says it's inflamed. Now, I've done the work. I know my food allergies. I'm there. I know those things. So as a holistic, functional practitioner, if you're doing GLP-1 with me, it's always going to be more than that. Like we're not going to just take a weekly shot and not do anything else. We're going to change your life. And it's going to depend from person to person. Like at first I was kind of being stubborn and I thought, well, I don't think I really want to recommend this unless somebody's done at least 4 months of detoxification. And then the other thought is, well, sometimes that's what brings people is the wanting to lose weight. And when they're so overweight, whether it's 10 pounds or 50 pounds, it's mentally weighing on them. It's sucking their confidence. It's sucking their energy. So maybe I'm thinking about it backwards. Maybe a person just needs to put their resources first towards that weight loss, towards that compounded GLP-1. And I'm always, from where I'm at, I'm always going to say, let's take a good binder while we're taking that. Because when your fat cells start to shrink, that's where your body holds those toxins. So there's going to be some havoc happening in your body. So like for me, at a minimum, we're going to stay on a good binder, and probably a good B complex or a good methylated multivitamin with all those good B's in it. So we're gonna balance this nutrition and do it sustainably. Do it so your body flourishes. So it's not another stressor on your body, right? So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to share my journey with my following, with my friends, with my family. And we'll just see where it goes. Am I going to be super disappointed if I'm one of the people that don't really lose on it? I am. I'm going to be so disappointed. But I'm going to keep exercising. I'm going to keep eating right. I'm going to keep intuitively asking my body, what is missing? What do you need to live the best life here in this physical realm, right? And while we're here in this physical realm, our bodies are a temple of the Holy Spirit that lives in us. And I just want to honor it. I just want to do the best that I can do while I'm here, right? And I really so much appreciate my community here, people who know me in person. I so appreciate you guys being with me on this journey and giving me the space and the grace to change my mind or to expand my mind. So in the end, what I'm saying is, I got you. I got you. If you want to try GLP-1 or other peptides, like that's what's super exciting too. I had just let go of my IV. I was like adjunct with a doctor, a company, so I could do some IVs and injections here at the store and or my little wellness office. And I had just recently let it go, and honestly, it hadn't really taken off in my little community. I mean, I have a tiny community, and it was too hard. It was demanding on my time. It was hard to keep up the inventory. So I felt bad because I had a handful of people doing B12 injections. So again, I'm so excited to join with this company that they're too. If you don't need the weight loss, they have other peptides. They have injectable NAD, which I can't wait to try. They have injectable glutathione, injectable B12. I'm not very up on these peptides, so I can't just rattle them off. I didn't pull them up, but they have the other building, the muscle building, as well, like the other peptides that are good. I should just look. That's terrible. I don't even know. Let me get their website. There are other peptides that are good for like tissue repair and skincare and sexual health. So they have, let's see, in their longevity, Sermolin injectable. That is similar to the human growth hormone, but it is a little bit different as it doesn't shut down your own growth hormone. They've got NAD injection or a nasal spray. They have got synapsin nasal spray and the GLP-1s, of course. Then there is the glutathione, I mentioned that. There is a GHK-CU, which is for skin rejuvenation, for wound healing, and that kind of thing. So that is great. They have got the BPC-57/TB500. They do have that capsule and injection. That one is really great for even bringing back your gut health and tissue repair. It really helps rapid growing tissue. So it is, and I have no doubt that as they succeed they will be expanding. Unfortunately, it wasn't that long ago, the Three Letter Agency just kind of put the kibosh on quite a few of these injectable peptides. So who knows if we'll get them back or how that will turn out. So all this to say, if you like, share, follow, I love you all, my audience. You're going to be hearing a lot about this from Nurse Tanya at Awakened Wellness. As I go through my journey, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, I will be sharing it with you, just like I've shared everything so far. Now, of course, for me, the whole parasite stuff is kind of behind me. So, this is a full moon right now, and I like to think that parasite stuff is behind me, but man, I feel rough today. Like really, really rough. I don't know if it's detox hitting me. I was doing some over-the-counter antiparasitics for all week. I've been hitting it pretty hard, and I ran out of my binder. I don't like it when that happens, right? Like that if you don't have your binder, your mop, and your dustpan, and to like clean up that mess as you're going, then you can just kind of get hit out of the blue. So that is something that you hear me talk about a whole lot. That's still the bulk of what I do, what I kind of niche into or specialize into. But yeah, in a small town, in a small practice, I like to have available what people are asking for and what I need on my own journey as well. So that's where we're at. I'm always going to be investigating. I'm always going to be out there trying to stay educated and stay up on what is available to us. So, hey, Jenna. Yeah, I'm glad to see you here. You kind of came in late. You'll be getting an email from me, and I'll be writing a series of blog posts kind of explaining where I'm at and how I came to this new decision of my own to incorporate some GLP-1 actual prescription compounded. So we're doing them different in the functional world, or we're doing them different than in the medical world. So stay tuned. If nobody has any questions, this video will go over to Facebook like as a replay, but I just can't. I'm still in Facebook jail. I can't go live over there. Not yet. Soon enough. And then last but least, if you're in my community, try to come tonight. At 6:30 we will meet. I will be talking about kind of DIY, making your own sunscreen and insect repellent. I had stuff ordered to make these things tonight, and they haven't showed up yet. So we're going to be talking about it. I'm not going to have it made and ready to share. That is, I guess, maybe the end of the week, maybe next week, but we can still talk about it anyway. So thank you so much for being here. Please like and share.